Hello, welcome to our grounding practice. My name is Francine Bonjour-Carter. I am a Feldenkrais method practitioner and a healing arts practitioner. And I'm here every Wednesday and every Saturday for 15 minutes of what I call grounding practice, which is a series of very gentle movements that I guide you through. And the goal here is to pause. First of all, take 15 minutes to get centered, connect to yourself, connect to your body, and find your inner ground, which I think is very important, especially in the society, the culture, and the times we live in, to take the time to connect to ourselves in a gentle, safe way, and to build self-knowledge. That's the way I see it, to know who we are from the perspective of movement and our body, and to build resiliency. So we're here for 15 minutes. If you are new to this practice, you can find the previous ones and the videos on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page. And all the links are available on my website, francinebonjour.com. So if you go there, you find all information and all the links to these videos. So today we will explore one of my favorite topics, which is our spine. And I will try to keep our time to what it is supposed to be, which is 15, sometimes I go to 18 minutes, which can be challenging for me when it's when we're doing something that I'm really, really interested in. What I offer you here is a little snippet of awareness through movement class that I usually teach in an hour. So I kind of take just a little bit of it, and I cannot obviously do in 15 minutes what we would explore in an hour. So I'll be mindful today to keep it to our 15-minute practice. So what else? If you join for the first time, all these movements are really gentle and slow and small. So don't go too far, don't push or pull. This is not about the range of motion per se. It's about paying attention to what you do and honoring kind of your uniqueness and how you do the movement. It's really self-knowledge. It's knowing a little more every time that you explore yourself, a little more about yourself. So you can have your eyes closed or your eyes open. You do not need to see me because I'm not demonstrating. I guide you through my voice. So if you hear and you don't see, it's absolutely perfect. So let's start. So sit. I assume you're sitting. You can also do it in standing, but sitting is good. I would suggest that you sit in the front of your chair, so you feel your feet flat on the floor. That's really important, especially for today. And you feel your sit bones on the chair. And take a moment to find your sit bones and to sense the contact of your pelvis with your seat, with your chair. And sense your breathing, sense where you feel movement when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Take a minute to come into your body and really turn the listening toward the inside. And get in touch with your spine. So start where your spine starts inside your pelvis, your tailbone, your sacrum, and have a sense of where is your spine there. And then slowly follow it all along. You may sense your curve in your lower back. There's a curve, which is very important to have. And then you may sense your spine coming back. And in your upper back, there might be a rounding. And then another curve in your neck. And your spine really come into your skull, like the last or the first, depends from where you start, vertebrae of your spine are supporting your skull. Obviously, that's where your head is, on top of your spine. And can you have a sense of the whole length of your spine? Can you find an image of it in your mind's eyes, in your sensation? In your image, do you have these curves? Or is it a straight line? Is your spine clear to get in touch with or not? And there's no right or wrong answer, really, there's not. What we are doing here is kind of shedding the light on your self-image and your sensed self-image, the sensation you have of your bones, of your skeleton, and here today of your spine. And there's no bad or good, there's no wrong or right. And can you get in touch with the width of your spine? So our vertebrae are pretty thick. Can you sense that? Can you sense, so do you sense your spine as a thin line, or do you sense it as something a little thicker, and that your spine actually comes really inside your body, close to the middle of your trunk? And leave that and bring your arms as if you were hugging yourself. So one of your arms will be close to the opposite armpit, right under your arm, and your other hand will be close to your opposite shoulder. So as if you wanted to hug yourself. Just simply, you don't need to touch far in your back, in your shoulder blades, but just have your arms like that in front of you. And bring your elbows a little up so they don't rest on your chest, but they are more in front of you, in the middle. And bring your elbows up a little bit. When I say a little bit, it can be really tiny. It can be half an inch, and it's enough, okay? So don't try to do a big movement, especially at the beginning. So bring your elbows a little bit up, slowly, and come back to the middle, and then bring them a little bit down. And come back to the middle. And do that a couple of times. Go really slowly, and again, do a small movement. It's not about what you can do, it's about what you can sense that you're doing. So do this movement of, you're hugging yourself as you're sitting, your elbows are in front of you, and you bring them up a little bit and down a little bit, and you come back, and you do that a few times. And at any time, if you need a rest, if you need to rest your arms, please bring your arms down and then resume and catch up, okay? Don't wait for me to tell you to rest if you need a rest before I tell you. And watch your breathing. How are you breathing while you do that? Do you hold your breath? Can you do a movement that feels so simple that your breathing is absolutely not affected, and you keep breathing normally as you move your elbows a little bit up and a little bit down? And notice what's your head doing, if it's doing anything or not. Okay, and bring your arms down, take a rest for a few seconds, bring your arms on your lap. And again, bring your arms as they were, so hug yourself, and just notice which arm is on top and which arm is on the bottom. Just notice which one it is, which one is on top. And this time you will again do the same movement with your elbows, but you will look up as your elbows go up, and you will look down as your elbows go down. And again, we're looking for a very smooth and easy movement. And if that movement for you is about 1/4 of an inch up and down, it's fine. And so keep moving like that really slowly and pay attention to where you see. So your eyes and head move with your shoulder, with your elbows, with your arms. And so when your elbows are at the maximum to where it's easy, your head stops. Your head doesn't go further. It's your arms and elbows kind of tell your head, okay, now we stop, and now we go down, and now we stop, and now we go up. And so you're looking at a line from, in front of you, up to down with your eyes. And sense how your breathing can help the movement. So maybe if you breathe in as you look up and your elbows go up, and you breathe out as you go down, your elbows go down, maybe that is more easy to match your breathing in this way. Yeah. Okay, and rest for a few seconds. Bring your arms down. And bring your arms again, but this time change. So if your right arm was on top, now bring your right arm under and your left arm on top. And that might feel really strange. And if you chose the first configuration in the first place, there's a reason for that. We all have habits, of course, and twists and turns in our spine, in the way we are organized around our spine. So when you change this configuration, your organization is not the same, and you're not so familiar with that new place. So give yourself some time to find out where can you make it easier. Maybe you don't need to have your hands so far back. Maybe if you bring them a little, more towards your shoulder and not really your shoulder blade, that will be easier. And again, bring your elbows in front of you so they're not resting on your chest. And this time, turn to the left. And you just turn to where it feels easy. If you turn and you feel that there's a constriction of your breathing, or it feels like you're pushing, that means you went too far. So come back to the middle and turn to the left, just to where it feels like, oh, that's nothing, that's easy. I'm not having any pulling or any effort. And then here, so you're looking toward the left, you bring your elbows and your head and your eyes up, and then slowly you bring them down. Just a little bit, just maybe an inch up, maybe half an inch, and down. And you really you can have your eyes closed or open. You really want to follow with your eyes up and down, even if they are closed. You follow a line that goes up and down slowly. Again, you can breathe in as you go up and breathe out as you go down. And imagine you have an eye on your elbows, or two eyes on each one of each elbow, and you look from that pair of eyes as well. You look down and you look up slowly, like you really want this pair of eyes to see everything that's on the trajectory you're following. So you take your time, you don't want to miss anything. Good. And come back to the middle slowly. Bring your arms down and rest. And now bring your arms in the first configuration you had at the very beginning, kind of your natural way to hug yourself. And look towards the right. And just by changing side, you may sense that one side is easier than the other, that it's easier to go to the left or to go to the right. So again, it's really important to keep it simple and easy for yourself. If you were really far to the left and it was easy, and now it's a little more jumpy, more difficult to go to the right, just go to where it feels good. Don't try to match what you did on one side to the other side. And so turn to the right, bring your elbows in front of you, and slowly look up with your elbows going up, your head, your eyes, and then slowly go down with your eyes and elbows and head. Again, think about your breathing. Keep your breathing easy. There's nothing specific to do with it, except maybe breathe in when you go up and out when you go down. Because when you go down, you kind of fold yourself a little bit. And if you empty your chest from breathing out, that might make the movement easier. And keep going up and down. Think about the eyes you have on each of your elbows and how they are really looking all the way, even if it's just a little way, right? If they go just 1 inch up, 1 inch down, they really want to see what's there. And again, keep everything in the same range of motion. So your head doesn't go far if your elbows go just a little bit up or down, but they really follow each other. They're really, there's a synchronicity in the movement, and they're covering the same range of motion. Okay, and slowly come back to the middle. And we are at the end of our time already. I may continue this one on Saturday for our Saturday practice because I really like it, and I have way more to do with this little exploration. But for now, just bring your hands on your lap and sit in the front of your chair again as you were, and sense how you are sitting. If you're standing, sense how you are standing. And come back to that sensation of your spine. Is there something a little more clear to you? So in between your pelvis and your head, what is there? How do you sense your spine? In French, we call it, if I translate, the vertebral column. And so I love this image of a column because there's a diameter, there's a thickness. I would add that instead of a column made of stone, I would make it of like warm rubber, like a hose that you leave out in the sunshine. And so you can make these curves happen in your spine in this image. So do you sense more of your spine now? Maybe your chest is more clear to you. Maybe the width, the distance between each of your shoulders is a little different in your sensation. And I'd like to invite you to explore that on your own and do these movements. Keep it simple, keep it really easy. And keep in mind that our intention is to refine our sensation and our knowledge of ourselves, and not do more and bigger at all. And it's small differences that can make a big difference on the long term. So thank you for being here with me today. I will be back on, we are Wednesday, so I will be back on Saturday, same time, same place. And again, if you want to see the other practices, the grounding practices and the other videos, all the links are on my website, francinebonjour.com. I wish you a good day. Bye-bye.